In this video, we'll look around Onestop to see what other resources are there besides the Math Makes Sense resources. So here on your GSCS portal, you can click the Onestop tile, or if the Onestop tile is hidden somewhere, you can just filter your results by typing in the word one, and it'll do a dynamic search for all of those tiles involving that word. So click Onestop. Once you're there, you go to Curriculum and Math, and this is the main math landing page for Onestop. When you click on each grade, you will see these placemats. This is the first place that you should go to look for resources. So they're available in English and in French. Let's click the English one. Here you can see that they're organized by the 4 pillars of the student learning model. You can see under curriculum, the number strand outcomes are here. For instruction, you have links to the concept map, links to the unit correlation with Math Makes Sense and the outcomes, some structures for small group instruction, and then a few links where you can go for practice materials and number sense routines. Under assessment, you have the link to the GSCS assessment handbook, plus a variety of assessment tools, rubrics, and checklists. You have links to the Math Makes Sense keywords, strategy cards, I can statements for the number strand, and a link to Joe Bowler's work around growth mindset and positive classroom norms. Let's just quickly look at a grade 7 French placemat. Same thing, except I just wanted to note that every link that is highlighted in yellow is available in French. Inside each grade, you also have this link, Teacher Support Documents. This is a place to go for extra items, for example, the cumulative review. So 20 sets of half-page little reviews that revisit the topics in grade 7, and then another version and so on. And then you have the student assessment checklists. These are organized by outcome for the number strand, with the outcome, a space for teachers to track which assessments they used for each I can statement, and a place to record how the student is doing. So we have these for every grade for the number strand, and that's found under the teacher support documents within each grade. Continuing our tour, when we look at mathletics, here we will find the mathletics ebooks. They're organized by grade, and then we also have the French ebooks there as well. So the way these are organized, you have the topic, and then you have the student version that is blank, and then the teacher version, which has the answers filled in. So for each topic, time for students and time for teacher with the answer keys already there. Those were the same ebooks that appear on the Mathletics Resource Hub on the actual Mathletics site. Continuing on, focused instruction, concept binders. These were originally made to support focused instruction and intervention in our division. However, teachers are using them in their sprints or to fill some of the misunderstandings that students may have for differentiation purposes. And also they're using some of the resources in here as part of their math centers for maybe a fluency center. Let's just look at how each binder is organized quickly. And when you click inside each folder, here you have the grade 5 activity bank from Math Makes Sense with games and other activities or tasks. You have the lessons, how this topic was taught in the resource in grade 5, what strategies were taught. And then you have the Mathletics ebooks pages already pulled. So for multiplication, division, and the assessments at this grade level for this topic. And then when we go back, if you wanted to continue in grade 6, multiplication and division, here we're moving into decimals. So again, you see grade 6, what strategies were taught using the Math Makes Sense resource, the relevant mathletics pages that were pulled and aligned to our curriculum, and finally the mathletics assessments, SAS Common Math assessments, and SAS Rivers outcome-based assessments. Concept binders are available for topics from kindergarten all the way to grade 9. And here we have the concept maps for K to 9, so you can see how these topics relate to each other from year to year. If you click guided math, here you'll have some more activities, matching cards, task cards for some of these topics for teachers to use as they're forming their guided math or daily 3 stations. Right here, the primary daily 3 activities spreadsheet. When you look at the spreadsheet, you can see there's 4 tabs at the bottom. So you've got some general resources here like posters. Then when you click Math by Myself, you can see all of these activities here, mostly for grade 2, but again, they can be used for grade 1 or 3, depending on the level of your students and if you're doing some fluency practice in your stations, etc. So math writing, and then the last one, partner math, some games or fluency games that you can use in your daily 3 or guided math stations. Also within the guided math section, there's some rotation templates here. So rotation templates if you have 4 groups in your class or 5 groups in your class, and then a rotation template for Smart Notebook. So here's a sample rotation template for 4 groups. So on day 1, you start with a number sense routine and then a whole group lesson and move into your rotations. And day 2, this is what it could look like, so that you can see over a 2-day cycle, each group gets the teacher table, each group gets a Chromebook or iPad, each group has a chance to work on assignment, and then either activity bin or fluency practice or puzzles or however you'd like to structure your daily 3/guided math. On the assessment side, this document provides some ideas of how you could collect data for assessment purposes in GSCS, all the various resources we have available for assessment. Basic concepts of math, the test, the scoring sheet, the spreadsheet, review materials are here. So you can take a look in here for other assessment tools that can help support your learners. And finally, if we click here, Student Learning Model Mathematics, the first document we'll see is this Math at a Glance. This is the same kind of a placemat, but just general overview. What are some considerations for math in each of the pillars of the student learning model? Here's where you could go. Here are the math look-fors that we've discussed in a prior video as well. And I wanted to just quickly show this math planning template. Beside each description of the level of the student learning model, we have some core resources to support students that might be working at that level. Here, you might consider writing the names of your students that are accessing that support. I know that some teachers use this template to form their guided math or their daily 3 groups as well. And finally, the last 2 links I wanted to talk about were the math task collection. This is a series of Google documents where we've collected thinking tasks, Desmos activities, and 3-act tasks organized by grade and course and outcome as well. And then this is a place here where you can learn a little bit more about instructional strategies. So there's a few YouTube videos here to learn about what is a number talk, see some of those in action, what is an open middle, maybe to engage in a webinar to learn a little bit more about some of these instructional strategies like open middle, Desmos, 3-act tasks, number talks, fraction talks, and so on. Thanks for watching.